So the path comes down kind of slowly, gradually into this kind of recessed vale in the woods, and the sense that you get based on the way that the path was overgrown that perhaps uh, this was a forgotten area. That had you not had this encounter, you may have walked right past this little path down into this area and just simply missed it. But the path opens up into this clearing in the trees, which is roughly circular, and it is ringed with these gravestones. And at the center of the path is this statue, which is, it looks like a winged angel that's weeping, although it is clear it is clearly worn over time. Yeah, don't turn
better not be what I think it is.
Don't turn your back. It's just a statue, and it's crumbled some. There are stones here at the bottom.
Okay.
There is a small mausoleum-looking temple here, and as you look up, to your astonishment, you see the wolf there on the stairs, and what looks like a body here at the feet of the statue. And the wolf takes a long look at you, turns on its heels, and strides literally right through the doors, as though it's incorporeal.
You blue-eyes bastard! Give me back my cleaver. Did he drop the
Wait, if
cleaver?
it went through the doors, did the meat cleaver go with it, or did it like get stopped by the door?
So you guys got ahead of me, but yeah, it clatters down here on the stairs.
God bless.
as it passes formlessly through the doors of this mausoleum-looking structure, and you hear what sounds like gasping from the individual lying here at the foot of the statue.
Shit.
Also, just real fast, you also notice that based on the path from where you came, it's a little bit colder here in the valley, and it's a little bit darker. And to your astonishment, it seems perhaps the sun is setting a bit early.
Oh dear. Shit.
And with that, Rosar
is going to move closer to that body, and while remarking to his companions, the balance is unstable in this place. Rosar's concern is with the world, at like the imbalance in the world, so he's going to look around at like the forest and at this grove and see if there's anything weird going on here, like a perception of the area.
Okay. You don't need to roll.
Oh, okay.
And so a couple of things jump out at you immediately. Number one, you believe this man is beyond help. He has entered his last gasps and is moments away, if not already dead.
No.
The other thing that becomes apparent to you is he seems to be clutching something in his hand. You're not sure what. And the other piece of it, the whole part on the macro level, very much so, you are aware that something is not right in this veil. What that is, you do not know. But there is powerful magic at work.
It's a feeling of wrongness, essentially.
Correct. And you are almost certain it is of a magical origin.
Cool. Well, Rosar is gonna kind of like lean down to the guy and kind of console him. It's like, rest easy, lad. I'm sorry that we weren't able to be faster.
And yeah, his body jerks violently, and he kind of does some of those, and then he is finally still at your feet.
Bummer. What has he got? What's he got in his hands?
As we say, do you want to take a look?
Yeah.
So, to you, it looks like some sort of
explosive rose. You're dead.
Some sort of necklace, and it appears to have many twinkling jewels or gems set into it.
Okay, he's going to pick it up and say, Galt, come over here and put this on. Galt's an immortal.
Yeah. So the other piece of it is when you pick this necklace up, you instantly realize it is an item of magical power.
Oh,
Hand it to me. I want to inspect it.
oh, never mind. Second that. Everyone, come over here and look what I found.
I'm coming.
All right, that's my turn.
All right, very good. Galt.
All right. Well, Galt's going to walk over to. He's going to walk over to Rosar, and look at this necklace that he called over from the body. Can I make a perception check? See if I can kind of make out what it is.
Absolutely.
Okay, so it's a mod 18.
Oh, very good. So it definitely appears to be a jeweled necklace of some sort, although it's more in the fashion of a woman's choker, or maybe even a type of symbolic, almost like what you'd see on a headdress, perhaps, or almost like an Egyptian necklace, if that makes sense.
Cool.
But it's definitely very, very rare and very, very expensive.
Cool.
Right.
Very, very valuable.
Wonder what
Very
this putz
valuable.
in the woods was doing with it.
Yeah. So, he takes it, kind of looks at it a little bit, and he's like, well, if it be magical and it be dangerous, many other things have tried to kill me in the past. Perhaps this will finally do the job. And he puts it on.
Oh, that's awesome. So take a hero coin for that, and
pass over your character sheet.
and now you're dead.
Wow.
Well, that was a short adventure, gang. So for Galt, since charisma is your highest stat,
Yep.
add +2 to your charisma.
Ooh.
And I'm going to give you a choice between Dex or Wiz, whether you want another +2 in either or the other.
+2 to dexterity.
Awesome.
Cool.
So he's up to 4 dex.
What?
And you don't know what it is about this necklace, but you feel really good. All right, so Galt, if that about does it for you,
Awesome.
then Edmund, you're up.
Okay, so I'm interested into the architecture, the statue, and all those things. I'm gonna if there's maybe a slab with some text under the statue or something.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna pick out my tools and maybe try to brush it off.
Sure. So you don't even need to roll. You are 99.99% certain that this statue was erected perhaps a generation ago. So it's old, but it's not ancient, certainly. You are a bit surprised at how weathered and how much age it has shown, considering it's not that old. It's old, but not that old. Perhaps you wonder if it's exposure to the elements in this particular area being somewhat harsh further north, but in any event, it's degraded a little bit alarmingly fast.
By nature or by...
It seems to be by nature, although you're unsure what would have accelerated it so.
Okay.
But that being said, it doesn't look like a statue that is out of the ordinary in any way to you.
And the same for the tombstones, I guess?
Correct. So they are old, they are unremarkable, they are not marked, which is also very interesting to you. But same time frame.
So I'm gonna use my next move to go to the... What is it actually? Is it a church or a how do you say that? A crypt?
It's like a
Mausoleum.
crypt.
Yeah.
Yep, crypt, mausoleum.
Draw me the cleaver.
I can. I did my action. I looked around and now I'm there. If I see something on the doors, maybe?
Yeah, so the doors look fairly heavy. there does appear to be a gap in them that might allow you to peer in. So here's what you see inside. It looks like a small crypt or mausoleum. There appears to be a large stone sarcophagus in the center. There appears to be a lot of rubble, but also kind of at the angle you can see that there is a small brazier that's currently lit and burning inside. And there also appears to be a chest of some sort. That being said, you're also sure that these doors appear to be locked by some sort of internal mechanism. Not in the sense that there might be some sort of lock, but there's some type of lever or bar or something that has sealed these from the inside. And you realize it may require some effort to get those open.
Okay.
And I feel like that's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
If you're good. And so that brings up Gordon.
He's gonna go to the body, look at the rest of the group, and say, "Come on, lads, let's dig him a grave." And that's what he's going to do. He's gonna go pick up his cleaver and he's going to start digging, I guess. That's pretty much it.
So I feel like that's probably a pretty good distance.
Okay.
So you're able to make it that far and retrieve your cleaver.
Cool.
You know what happens to stuff that you bury in the pet cemetery, right?
Yeah, right. So
Oh no, zombie fog.
No.
there's a layer of fog that descends on this valley, and it is as high as the trees. The other thing that you notice somewhat alarmingly is that the temperature appears to have dropped. And so if you couldn't see your breath before, you definitely can now.
I feel like this fog is what causes those statues to age faster, man. You should definitely run away.
Oh no. Yeah, what if it's like acid fog or something?
Yeah, into the crypt.
You also hear what sounds like maybe gravel grating on gravel, and maybe like a bursting noise, as if earth is being disturbed.
Of course it is.
No.
And so
This is a graveyard without the dead rising.
and so with that,
Oh no! I knew that I knew that it was. I knew it.
as you look around in wide-eyed terror, fascination, amazement, this bursting sound appears to be some sort of undead warriors that are crawling up out of these graves. And because of the cold perhaps in this region, they seem largely intact. They're represented here by skeletons, but they largely appear intact and in fairly good shape, but they are, perhaps because of the hardness of the soil, taking a while to emerge, and so they won't be fully functional until probably my next turn. And with that brings up Rosar.
Rosar is going to move to the door of the mausoleum, and try to use a blast of elemental air to like force the door open.
Cool.
Ooh, nice. So
All right, that'd be a happy day. That'll be a 18.
okay, so you were successful in conjuring your elemental air blast.
Yep.
And the doors definitely buckle inward in a significant fashion, which does allow you a pretty good glimpse of the inside of the mausoleum, and it's exactly as I described it to Edmund. But the doors also kind of spring back, and they appear to be barred by some heavier metal than your air can overcome.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And he says, he just says, "If only I was at full power."
It was very good.
What?
He turns and grabs his staff and just kind of, all right, lads, let's get this over with.
I will say it may be the case that perhaps the hinges on the doors are somewhat weakened by the force of that blast, but they do not give.
If only there was a dwarf here that could force his way in.
If only there was a dwarf.
All right. Yeah, that's my turn.
Yes, and that brings up Galt.
How many party members would it take to use the statue as a battering ram?
Oh my. That it's pretty large. I anticipate it might take all of you.
Okay. Okay. So.
It might take 3 of you just to topple it.
Whew.
Don't.
What? Yeah. So Galt is, he kind of looks at the statue and like what Rosar did for like briefest of seconds, like he half considers it and he's like, I mean, he books it for the mausoleum and like the base of the stairs, and he sort of barks at the other party members, like find. It's like there has to be a mechanism to get into in here. Find it. I'll hold them off. And he levels his crossbow at the nearest undead, and he unloads into it. Mod 16.
Nice. That's awesome.
So that's first one is a mod 5 for damage.
Okay.
Second roll is it's 11.
He is toast.
Cool.
And because he's not even fully out, your crossbow bolts easily split its skull, and that threat is no more. Edmund.
So I'm not sure to understand how the door. It's a metal bar behind it, or is it like?
Yeah, it's some sort of mechanism like that
Okay,
appears,
so I
appears to have fallen into place or been put into place.
Are there windows on the side of the building? Did we
Yeah,
notice
that's what I
that?
was gonna ask.
It
Is there an opening over the door, or perhaps I can like slip through the opening that the air elemental made?
from your glimpse inside, you can tell that there are no windows. That the door is the only point of ingress or egress
Okay.
that you can discern, and the gap is not large enough. I mean, it was big enough for a careful peek, and then also for an easy peek when the doors were blasted inward slightly. But you feel as though perhaps if you fidgeted with it, you might be able to undo this bar by reaching through the gap.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to like. Yeah, I'm gonna try to like wrap my rope around it, or like fiddle with it with my lock picking tools or something like that.
So still probably target of 11, but
I'm gonna go for it.
you shouldn't have any major difficulty overcoming it.
So do I add my tool bonus or just dex?
Yes, add your tool bonus.
Okay. That's a mod 9. I rolled a 3.
Wow.
Fuck.
Now, if you try again, it'll be an easy one.
Yeah, I was going to say you didn't move, so I feel like you could. You could maybe get a shot off.
Okay, that's better. 17.
Nice. So roll your effort.
4.
Nice. So right now you have a key part of it lifted out of the way, and you're potentially very close towards undoing the clasp. And so that brings up Gordon.
So you see him spit on both his hands, take the cleaver in his hands, and like tell Edmund, "Move out the way!" And he jams the cleaver in the crack and starts pulling upwards.
That's awesome.
Never send a man to do a dwarf's job.
Love it. Love it. Give me your roll.
I guess it's Dex, or what do you want me to?
Yeah, Dex will be fine.
Cool.
Dex or strength?
Yeah, I don't have strings. It's mod 13.
Nice. So yeah, your cleaver easily connects with the mechanism. Give me some tool effort. 1d6.
And I'm gonna roll my hero token as well.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So that's
Excellent
12 in total.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I had to be epic.
Damn.
So that was awesome. That was an awesome moment. You're just like, get out of the way, and you literally the lever flew up. The bar across the back flew up on both sides, and the doors are now open. So
so yeah,
is it?
I turned myself towards Edmund with this smirk of like, hey, ancient mechanisms. And
I did more than half the work. Don't look at me like that. You did nothing there. You just finished the job and took credit.
Well, that was awesome. Regain your hero token back for that.
yes.
that was fantastic.
Everybody in.
Yeah. So on my turn, the fog closes in. These guys kind of shamble forward, and more undead warriors emerge. And I take it's the case that, Rosar, when it becomes your turn, you all are entering the mausoleum.
Yeah. We should probably, if only someone hadn't hacked the lock to pieces.
No, it's intact.
Oh, okay.
The hinges are a little weak, though.